A little bit about Ulster Savings Bank. We're very interesting because we're a 171-year-old organization. So we were founded as a mutual bank, as mentioned, and the founders really are the ultimate form of philanthropy, that they felt a need in their community to help it grow, and we've honored that tradition for years. We've grown from a bank into a full financial services company. So we have all of the banking products and traditional things that you think about banking, of deposit products, checking accounts, loans, for both residential and commercial. But we also have a full service insurance company, both personal and insurance lines. We have a wealth management group. We have a tax preparation and bookkeeping group. We have a payroll company. So, and actually a title company. So we have the full gauntlet of everything that in a one-stop shop for financial needs for our customer, which has helped us a lot to fulfill those needs as our customers go through their journey and what their financial goals are. And that's been very important. We think Ulster Savings Bank is a great place to work. I think it goes to our vision and our core values. Our vision is that people feel like family, so they come back with theirs. And we treat that both for our outside customers, but it's also how we treat each other internally. We treat each other as family. So we welcome everybody into the Ulster family as they join us, which is important. We truly go out of our way for employees in a lot of different ways, and I've mentioned our core values in the past, but the last one of those core values is to have a workplace we can all brag about. And that means a lot. That's a lot in the saying of how we look out externally, but also what we do internally with our group. So we've done things like looked at our pay and our benefits packages to make sure that they're extremely competitive. One of our benefits package we actually revamped lately, and we think it's kind of interesting because it's a full cafeteria plan. We offer, all the traditional things that you would think about, like health insurance and the different pieces, but we have a 401k with a 10% match, which is unheard of within the industry, to help them for retirement. We also give them a point system, and they can basically buy the types of benefits that they want with those points, and rather than us dictating what the benefits that they want with the points are. So we have things like student loan reimbursement, we have child care, we have elder care, we even have pet insurance, life insurance, and different pieces. So it's really trying to think of what all of their needs are, including benefits around things like mental health and legal advice and different pieces if they need those. But more importantly, I think it's the way we treat each other. It's that we really care for each other. We care for them as individuals. We care for each other and those teammates and in working together. That's very important. And we've been recognized for it. So in 2019, we were recognized as one of the best banks to work for from American Banker magazine in the country. Giving back to the community has been part of our DNA since the beginning for 171 years. But we really have stepped that up. And in 2001, we formed our own charitable foundation. And since that time, we've given back between the bank and the foundation about $13.5 million to our local community in the form of donations. It's usually about $500,000 a year or so that we give out, which is it's a nice percent of our annual profits as we do that. But more importantly, the dollars are important, and I think it's about 250 or so different nonprofits that we funded over that period of time or each year. We also realize that human capital is just as important. So one of our goals, and one of the things we ask all of our employees to do, is volunteer within the community. And we literally give back 10,000 man hours or a year in those areas of what they volunteer in. And we don't tell them what to volunteer in, it's whatever their passion is. So we have groups that go over to one of the local food pantries and help them unload their trucks, and we give them time during work to go do that. We've done habitat builds, we've done things like just street cleanups, where it's not unusual on a Friday afternoon once in a while. I'll just say, let's walk between two of our offices, and we're going to clean up the street between those and pick up trash. Youth sports, whatever it is, whatever their passion is, we feel it's important to give back, and many of us, and really, our executive team kind of leads the way with the number of hours that we give back to the community. One of the ways that we demonstrate having our customers back is to watch out for them, right? And we truly do things, to kind of understand our customer, understand what they do for their banking relationship or their financial services, and then watch out for it. So probably a couple of examples that I can give you, or one that comes to the first mind is we had a commercial customer, and we got wire instructions to wire out money, for a purchase. And usually it's not unusual for them to do that from time to time. But our branch manager just noticed something slightly different in the way that those orders came in and looked at it and said, gee, this looks like one we got recently for the same type of item, but the account number is just slightly different. And took the time to research a little bit more, call back not just the office or the information that was given to us for the callback, but reached out to the customer via their cell phone and just said, hey, we just want to make sure that this wire is legitimate because it looks like it's a little strange. And what it had turned out was their computer system had been hacked. And they had taken the system and had sent the wire orders over. So it was a fraudulent wire request that we caught on the, before it went out. And it was a 6-figure, so it would have been significant for this customer if they lost that. And media called us and said, that's why I would bank with you. He goes, because if it was a big bank, that wire would have went and no one would have taken the time to look at it and say something's unusual with that. Nor would they have called me on my cell phone to follow up on it if it had to go out. And so that's just one of the examples. We also have a number of examples where a senior citizen would come in and they're trying to withdraw a large amount of money from their account. And the tellers are trained to ask them questions because they're often a victim of fraud, right? And one was saying, well, can you tell me what's going on? They really don't want to tell you because they're embarrassed and finally, well, I got a message from my grandson. He's in jail. I have to send bail money. And I said, did you call did you speak? Well, yeah. They called me on the phone. He said, do you have a grandson's number? Can we call? And sure enough, call back to him, and it's obviously a scam, and they're trying to take advantage of somebody at a weak moment or at a moment when they put them into stress and then try to make them act very quickly. And we get probably 2 or 3 of those a week that I hear from some type of scam that's taking place, where because our employees are trained and because they care, probably more importantly, that they take the time to talk with the customer and to find out what's going on, especially if they look like there's a little bit of stress going on. So Ulster Savings, we're 170-year mutual, but we are now $1.3 billion in assets. So we're a sizable institution, a full-service financial company with we have a full insurance company, we have a payroll company, we have 15 branches throughout the Hudson Valley to service, and in addition to that, we have 2 loan production offices. So we really have been in Ulster, Dutchess, and Orange County, which is the core of the Mid-Hudson Valley, and that's our core market. So I do think our employees are proud to work here. I think they're proud to work here because of the way we treat each other. I think they're proud to work here because of the way we interact and treat our community, and the fact that we are a good corporate citizen, that we give back, and that we care. We care about our community, we care about our customers, and we care about them. And we try to constantly get feedback from them too on ways that we can improve. We have a great team here, and they're constantly out doing that. But little things, I'll try to spend 1 day a month in a branch, and I'll go in and they can give me any job they want. They're usually smart enough not to make me do transactions because they want to prove and go home at the end of the day. So very often they'll make me the greeter, and stand in the front and greet customers and talk with them. But I get a chance to talk with them as well, find out what are the issues? Is there something preventing us from providing the kind of service that they want to, or has our customers been asking for something? I also meet with every new hire and tell them about the organization and answer some of their questions and tell them about the culture and the fact that that's all, the community is important to us. We tell them about the fact that we are going to ask them to volunteer within the community because that's important to us, and we hope important to them, and it seems to be. And we'll just walk around. I mean, it's not unusual on a day that I'll just walk around and go talk with employees. One of those things that I'll go up to somebody once in a while and just say, tell me about the stupid stuff. Because every organization has some stupid stuff from time to time, and it's either a procedure that's happened for a long period of time and something changes and we just don't ask those questions. We also encourage them to ask why. Why do they do it a certain way? Are there ways we can do it better? We don't want to be caught up in what I call, banking folklore. We do it that way because cavemen started the process and we're continuing to do it. So we want them to question, why do they do it? Because if they understand why it's important, they're much more engaged and they're much more likely to do a better job with it.